Welcome back to another exciting video tutorial on how to use Adobe Photoshop. This is PhotoshopTrainingForum.com, where we teach you concisely and clearly how to use Adobe Photoshop. Today we're going to learn how to step back through the process of creating an image to undo mistakes we have made or to undo steps in the process of creating an image. This is very useful because if you make a mistake or you don't like what you've done, you can always correct it very simply. Just to show you what I'm talking about, we're going to select our paint bucket tool and we're going to fill this entire area in with green. Now down here in our color tool area, we have selected color green, and it's very easy. Just double click on the color and you can select whatever color you want to. So we decided to use green today, and we're going to fill this entire square in with the color green. Here we go. Now let's say that I wasn't happy with that decision and I decided to do something about it. All I need to do is go up here to the edit menu and skip on down to where it says step backwards, and I'm right back to where I started. So very easily I can go and undo an error or recreate my image the way I want to. Another good thing about that tool is the fact that you can actually step back multiple steps. Let's say, for example, we created our green background and then we created another square that was red. Now bear in mind, creating the square itself is a step, so that's another step. And now we're going to fill it in with a red color, right? Alright, so, and if we deselect so we don't have this dashing line through here, that's another step. Watch what happens. I'm going to step back 4 times. Here we go. Step backwards. Now I got my dashing line back. Step backward again. The color's gone. I still have my dashing line because that was like the second step. Step backward again. It's gone. Step backward again. It too is gone. Okay. That's what the step backward function can do for you, and it is a big help because if you make a mistake or error, you really don't have to worry about it. You can go back and step backward through the process. Okay, now there is another way of doing multiple steps at once, and I'm going to show you what I mean. Let's go back through our process again. This time we'll fill with red. Put another square in there. We'll fill that one with green. Up here, deselect. We'll create an oval this time. Let's fill it with a blue color. Okay. And then we'll deselect again. Now each thing I did, including my deselections and selections, are considered steps. And what if I wanted to just go back a certain number of steps, or I wanted to go back a whole bunch of steps? There's an easy way that I can go and undo these things that I've done, these steps that I have done. Go up to the window menu, click on history, and you'll notice that this is what they call, this is a history of everything you've done. Now you can only do so many steps in history. You can't do millions of them. Photoshop in the program itself saves up the certain number of steps, and you can only go so far. However, you can go a considerable number. And let's say you wanted to step back just one, of course, paint bucket selection, whatever it was. As you step backwards, the previous one, you'll notice it turns a gray color instead of being black color. You can go back up to it too. You can bounce back and forth. See how that is? But let's jump back a couple at a time. We're going to go back about 4 or 5 steps. See that? Or you can jump back to where you were before. And you can go back each step if you want to. If you want to go back to where you originated at, the very top level right here, usually that's what you can do. And if you've named your image already, if you put a name up there and put a file name with it, it will appear right here. So that's a real easy way to use a step back technique and to undo what you've already done. Just keep that in mind when you're creating your images. You can always undo what you've done, provided you don't want to go back 8 million steps. It's always good to save your images as you're working through them after about 20 steps anyway, and then that way you can save them as, you know, image 1, image 2, image 3 as you go through each process. As you get better and better at Adobe Photoshop, you will have multiple layers, you'll have multiple images. You should save them after every 20 to 30 steps in different files. That way, if you want to jump back, 300 steps, you can just go back to an image you've already created and saved. And we'll go back into that a little bit more depth later on as you get into more complicated images. This has been Mark Elmo Ellis with PhotoshopTrainingForum.com, where we show you how to clearly and concisely use Adobe Photoshop. God bless and have a great day.